Shall we begin? Shall we begin? A lot of y'all don't realize, that's new to my channel, what I stand for, what my message is about. There's a method to my madness. Throughout the years, I've openly spoken out against gang culture and what it's doing to the community. In the past, I've been very hard on Quando Rondo because he deserved it. I criticized him for the things that he did and he was doing in the path that he was taking, because I can see the brick wall that this young boy was about to hit. The same way I predicted the death of King Vaughn early in the game. The same way I broke down the situation with FBG Duck. May they rest in peace. So now, Quando Rondo dropped his flag. I'm going to try to read what he had to say. Y'all follow me, because him taking C's and B's and cussing, I gotta do this the way I do it, or whatever the case may be. So you have to have patience, right? So let me read this. All right. Quando Rondo says, F everybody. I mean that, ish. I F with a select few people, my circle super tight. I F with Lil D, Tretch, Lowe's, Serios, Big Dude, and Lil Tim. It's too much going on. Yo, many fingers pointing at me. People talking behind me. My back, I got too much weight on my shoulders. I'm standing on all 10. I love Pop, but I'm not going to Cuz' funeral. I know where me and Cuz stand at. F how anybody feel. Keep that to yourself. Nobody know what the hell is going through, but I watched my homie die. I want to see a lot of y'all wake up and keep the level head. After that, I'm focusing on myself and my little girl. That's who. I'm not living for all times. I messed with her on top of all of this. I'm not in a relationship. I'm not tied to no girl. Me and her, a mutual understanding. I'm solo rocking. I mean, that ish F you and whoever feel hit my bag up. I'm in need of no handout. Yeah, he sounds crazy, so I'm reading this the best way I can. I'm no joke. I'm not jump out gang either. Ain't no loyal in this ish. My own man. I laid my flag down. I'm not neighborhood, y'all. I ain't gonna ride for a nigga. For real, it's no sense of me being a part of y'all ish. Y'all F with the opposition. I don't give a F. Who feels hit? F you. And if you can't feel where I'm coming from on this, use it. Because it don't take rocket scientists to see what the F going on. Everybody already hate me. I ain't tripping on extra hate. I'm about to focus on my family. The ones who gonna really drop a tear if I die. Let me say this, right? I want y'all to keep in mind that Quando Rondo is a young boy making grown-up mistakes. He is a young boy making grown-up mistakes. Hassan Campbell, the first time I went to jail for murder, was at the age of 18 years old. We was young, making mistakes. And you got grown men putting the weight of the world on this young man's shoulder and criticizing him for the path that we laid out for these young boys. We led them astray. So let's get to this, right? So you got Quando Rondo dropping his flag, and I'm not even going to give the dudes props or credit or even call their name out. That's sitting up there talking about he bugging. No, he ain't bugging. He got backdoored in Cali. They backdoored Shorty. He sat up there One of his friends, Lil Tim, is facing life in jail behind Quando Rondo. Another one of his best top soldiers, right, got backdoored at a gas station. And it's crazy how Whack 100 gets on the internet and tells the world, yeah, they ain't really want Quando. They walked right past him and dumped, aired him out, hit him they dumped on him, aired this man out. They aired this man out, left him there. You know why? Thank you for solving the case, Whack. Of course you know what happened in that situation because you learned it. You down with that. This is what y'all do. This is what Whack tried to do to me, line me up. Then he gonna sit up there and get on Adam 22, No Jumper, and tell everybody, yeah, because Hassan Campbell, he don't want to come out of his comfortable environment. I came out of my environment. I met up with y'all in Jersey. It didn't go the way that you wanted it to go. I had too many soldiers with me. It would have been a bloodbath. So now you want me to come to Cali, where y'all tapped into the CIA and the FBI, the airport, the hotels, and everything else. So once you come out there, y'all got all types of tracking devices to figure out where dudes is at. And bottom line to it is, this is what happened to Quando Rondo. Thank you, Whack 100, for exposing what really happened. So basically, y'all walked up to Quando. Y'all knew where he was at the gas station. Sent soldiers. Y'all turned this right-hand man TV off. He was with gang. Repping gang. Till he got lined up by gang. Why? Because he ain't setting out the bag. He checked in, but he ain't setting the bag out. He ain't trying to give the bag up. And that's what it's all about in Cali. So his man got left. And now he's realizing, like, yo, he got the weight of the world on his shoulders. Keyword, I want y'all to understand what he said in this conversation. He said, I'm not even going to the funeral. Why is he not going to the funeral? Because the family of his man that got left ain't feeling him. That's why he's not going to the funeral, because they don't want him there. They're blaming him. And in all actuality, Quando Rondo, it is your fault. Own up to it. Your footsteps that caused Lil Tim to be facing life in jail and your other man that's on his way to the grave. It's your actions that led him to the morgue. And now it's about to lead him to the cemetery. It's your actions that got the liquor being poured out and the candles in front of the building burning. Little Quando Rondo, it's your actions. But let's also keep in mind, there's master manipulators that's behind this too. In those streets of LA, out there is evil. That gang culture out there is evil. It's evil. So I take my hat off to Quando Rondo for dropping his flag. I hope he stick to that decision. Me dropping my flag was the best decision I ever made. And all that talking about he got to get DP'd, man, I pray that God send warriors and angels to protect that young boy. I pray that that young boy apologize for what he did or the damage that he caused, because the reality of it is, King Von made up his mind. He made his decision. Instead of enjoying the riches that he was on his way to, he decided to go down a path of darkness called Lil Tim. Found himself in the hospital where the staff in that hospital wasn't his friend. He looked fine when he was on the way to the hospital. Next thing you know, you seeing pictures of him on the internet with his body zipped up. Zip him up. They zipped him up. When they unzipped him, I'm just wondering what they took out. Huh? My prayers go out to Quando Rondo. He a young man making grown man decisions, and it's causing his friends to be casualties of his war. What war? What are they fighting for? Right, what are they fighting for? See, that's the question. What are they fighting for? And he got to check in to who? To protect him from who? Right. So he's supposed to check in with the set to protect him from the set. Y'all still don't get it though, right? Y'all set, you gangbangers, are becoming worse than the people that put you on the bottom of the ship, the colonizer. Let's get to that. It is what it is, man. Pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. Quando Rondo went out to L.A. thinking everything was sweet. He should have known to drop that bag off. He didn't. In the words of Whack 100, they ain't want Quando, they were sending him a message. Quando went out there confident because he had a thorough dude that was with him, not realizing that he was in enemy territory. In the words of Big U, he said Quando checked in too late. He already stirred the fire up. That's just something to think about. Y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. And understand, see, when I come here, I come with a message, man. Stay away from gangs. Stay away from gang culture. Stay away from gang life, gang activity. It ain't for everybody. And never join a gang that tells you if you decide to choose your family over the streets and you want to retire or you want to walk away from that culture and they tell you it's blood in, blood out, or you got to get DP'd out, that set ain't for you. Because in the game, if I'm hustling on a block and the beef start cooking and one of my friends decide this life ain't for them no more, I will gladly allow them to walk away back to their family, their wife and their kids. One of the worst feelings in the world is when you're on the opposite side of that cage. The first time that your wife and your child come see you, whether it's in the precinct, because sometimes in the precinct, they'll let your family see you in that cage in the back of that precinct just to break you. And when you look at your wife and your kids, your baby mother, the love of your life, your firstborn child, and you in that penitentiary, I want you to understand that that is the worst feeling in the world. Let's get to that. Shout out to Quando Rondo, man. Keep your head up. See, back in the days when mama used to spank us, she also gave you a hug and told you why she spanked you. When I spank you, Quando Rondo, it's because it's out of love, man. You got room to make mistakes. But unfortunately, the mistakes that you made that cost two people their lives. Matter of fact, more than that. If God could forgive, then so could I. I'm out.